since I relocated to the UK, a lot of people have asked, Missy, how do I get a job in the UK? Now, in today's video, let's talk about how you can get a job in the UK, and not just any job, a job that offers you visa sponsorship. And another icing on this cake is that it allows you to bring your family along. Aren't you excited? I am excited for you. So today, let's get into this. So let's talk about jobs in demand in the UK that offers visa sponsorship. And no, I'm not talking about care jobs only, because yes, care jobs is saturated and a lot of people only think that it is care jobs that you can get visa sponsorship. But today we're looking at other jobs that are in demand that allows you to get visa sponsorship and bring your family to the UK with you. I'll talk about the ones that are easy to get and the ones that are difficult to get. But do not be scared. All in all, people still get these jobs and they relocate to the UK within the blink of an eye. If you're new to my channel, my name is Missy. You can call me the Black Coffee, and I talk about travels. Yes, traveling is good. So if you're traveling for vacation, you're traveling for work, you're traveling for school, this is the right place. Stay right here with me for more updates on your travels. Some changes in immigration rules has made it difficult for a lot of companies to sponsor workers from outside the UK compared to the previous years, because a lot of companies are still trying to adjust to these new immigration rules. Another change is in terms of what jobs are being offered in terms of sponsorship. There used to be a lot of job sponsorship for tech and marketing roles, but last year it was a lot of job sponsorship for carers. But this year there has been more openings for dentists, chefs, pharmacists, and GP vets. The roles in demand keeps changing, and that's why you have to stay glued to this channel for more updates on new jobs that are in demand in the UK. Roles like teaching roles, HR roles, financial related roles, and fashion related roles are not easy to come by, because if people with this skill set are already available in the UK, there won't be any need to sponsor more people to come do this job in the UK. And some jobs are region specific. For instance, being an HR, you might get a job in the UK to be an HR for a company, but it's going to be more difficult to execute this because you have to know about the UK laws in relation to the job that you're about to do. So that might be a little bit tricky compared to jobs that have a universal standard and a universal rules. Let's talk about health jobs. There are a lot of openings for talent in health jobs, like dentists. So I'm going to be sharing with you some openings and portals where you can apply for these jobs. And if this is something that you're interested in, make sure to apply quickly. keep in mind is that apart from the job openings that I've shared with you, there are a lot more legitimate jobs that you can apply for. And when I say legitimate, I mean jobs where you don't get scammed, jobs that are real, where they are really looking for these people to come to the UK to do this job. So I'm going to be sharing with you some other places where you can search for more job openings on your own and apply. First, let's look at the career section. You can apply for jobs on LinkedIn. Another place where you can apply for jobs is on Indeed, NHS Indeed. And yes, these are legitimate jobs that will get you to the UK in the blink of an eye. It's important to check the authenticity of a website before sharing your details with them. It's also important to note that you do not have to pay any company or any agency to get sponsorship in the UK. I know it's tempting to go through agencies where they're like, oh, we already have everything sorted for you, just bring this much money and then we'll get you sponsorship. Most times it's a lot of headache. I promise you that if you do the work, you do your research and you put in for these applications, you just might get a job that you've always dreamed of without having to pay anybody. Because I assure you that if you get into the UK without a proper job and proper documentation, life is going to be harder. Your plan to have a better life in the UK is going to become way harder, because everything about the UK has to do with documentation. You need your documentation before you open an account, before you get a job, before you do anything. They check your papers. So do not fall into the temptation of coming in without a proper job. And yes, some agencies can tell you, oh, we have sponsorship. They sell it to you, and then you come and you realize that the company that you're supposed to work for does not have shifts to give to you, right? Yes, you are under their sponsorship. They've said that, okay, you work with us, but they don't have any job to give you. So you're here, but you're not making any money. Now you have to look for another company that can hire you on a part-time basis. Like, okay, I work for this company, but I need extra income. And that is a lot of headache for these other companies. They hardly, get to employ somebody that is under sponsorship. You can get a 20 hours per week job, but how do you survive with that kind of money when you're supposed to be getting 40 hours per week? So it's a lot of mental stress when you do not have proper documentation in the UK. There's really no life in the UK except you have a job and you're making money. Believe me, nobody gives you a penny. You have to work for it, yes? So life becomes harder and you wish you were more patient in getting the jobs that are authentic, the jobs that are legitimate, because it takes some people months to get a job when they get to the UK, because like the sponsorship they came with is not something that they can make money with, and companies are refusing to hire them. So it takes months and months for them to get something. And how do you pay bills? It becomes way more difficult to even survive on a daily basis. So if you feel like a job is not authentic, do not take it. Do not be desperate enough to take a job that is not authentic, because you might get into a far worse condition than you already are in back home. And you will be surprised the amount of jobs you can find on LinkedIn and Indeed. I will be putting a link or list of all these portals in the caption. Make sure to check them out so that you can go through them one after the other until you find what you're looking for and you get that job, because yes, that is the goal. Let's move on to more jobs that can get you sponsorship in the UK in different sectors. that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this session and I hope you check out this website. Now let's talk about your CV, because I don't want you to go applying for 50 jobs and you get none. So your CV matters. Make sure that your CV is not looking weird. It's not looking like what you use back at home to apply for, jobs that get you nothing. You need a killer CV to help you land these jobs. Now, if you're looking for help on how to craft the perfect CV to help you get the job of your dreams, then make sure to check out my next video. I'm going to be leaving a link at the top so that you can have the help that you need to adjust your CV to the, how do I call it, abroad standard. Okay, so that's all for today. I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.